Money in your pocket, that crypto wallet, that bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. I'm always right.
What is going on, believers? Guys, my name is Bleaves. This is Breakfast with Bleaves. We are going to talk about cryptocurrency. Asia pumped, Europe dumped, and that's where we are. We're looking at the market. Hopefully, we're going to see some kind of spike come from the American market. But as you guys might have seen, the American market hasn't been too happy in the last little while. So it's going to be difficult to see some sort of positivity coming out of the American markets. But it's kind of crazy that this entire market went by on a huge pump yesterday. In the 2 hours from, or the 3 hours from, 6 p.m. my time to like 9 p.m. my time or 8 p.m. my time, there was just a massive surge. And then the rest of the time has just been sell. So somebody attempted a pump. Somebody tried to get it going on. It just didn't end up that way. But let's look at the chart real quick. And you can see right here last night. First of all, what's going on, Donald? Welcome back. First day off since Christmas. Man, that is quite a long time. Crypto B in the house. Forsaken One, what's going on? Red Sox, what's happening? Diggy, what's going on? Ellis, how you doing, man? So, we see here we were trading at around 18,800. There was a nice fall, almost down to 18,700 at one point. And then all of a sudden, almost on a dime, over about a 2 hour period, it pumped. And when I say pumped, like it was going and going and going and going and going, capping out at 20,879. That's an enormous amount of volatility. What's going on, Jay? And what's going on, Seiko Hunt? And yes, that is the answer, Jay. This turns out this was a lot of people doing their liquidations a day early. Remember, today's Friday. This is when a lot of the calls are coming in. So this was the moment to liquidate or to buy in to do whatever it was that you were going to do. So here we are, trending again a little bit sideways. Hopefully the American market's going to make a move, but when you look at the Dow futures right now, you see it's down 104, so it doesn't look like any of the catalysts are in place for us to have a good run, and tech continues to get battered, so it doesn't appear that we're going to have a big run, but at least now we kind of see Ethereum is back to basically matching up with Bitcoin with a lot more certainty, so we can get a better kind of gauge right now. You see Bitcoin down 3%, where ETH is 1.9%, so you can expect to see a lot more volatility and a lot more downside on Ethereum, unless we get a couple more of these green confirming candles to the positive, and we start seeing a move upward. Maybe we'll get something going today. There's a lot of people that pick 25 to 28K for Bitcoin to come this week, late in the week. And then I started seeing people saying, book it. We're going to go to 30,000 next week for the July 4th week. And I don't think, by the way, we're not talking about sustained levels of any sort of support or any sort of positivity. We're talking about just a quick pump before the market. Remember, we've got until July 13th before we start to get the CPI numbers, and then we've got until July 28th before we get the GDP number and find out and get confirmation that we are in a recession. Now, one of the things that happened when you go back here is when Jerome Powell was talking to the European Union, and while he's talking to them, he did not sound very confident in how the market is going. It is entirely possible that he's already seen the numbers and that he knows that we are officially entering a recession. So you can probably consider that a lot of investors probably price that in right here, and that's where this big dump came from. So There's no confirmation. I don't know that to be the case. Very difficult sometimes to figure these out, but that's kind of the way it's looking right now. So maybe we'll get a fun little pump, but we'll see how this whole thing goes. And let's move on to the important things here. Here's who expanding their Bitcoin holdings this winter. And this was just a list. And I think most of the time, we've covered these pretty good. So we know who these people are. These are the people that have been adding to their portfolio during this time, which is why I say it's going to be difficult for to get the dip that we all think that we're going to get. It's kind of difficult. El Salvador bought 80 Bitcoin at 19,000 each. That was yesterday. MicroStrategy has purchased an additional 480 Bitcoin. Zach Prince, who's the president of BlockFi, by the way, is being sold to FTX, it sounds like, in the next little while. And he is accumulating more Bitcoin. And Brian Schroeder, the president of and CEO of Binance.us, is adding more Bitcoin to his personal portfolio. So we're seeing a lot of continued adoption out here, and we're seeing institutional levels of adoption. Very difficult for things to tank when you're getting institutional money into the system. So, I mean, we'll see. But let's go on. A Mastercard report, 51% of survey respondents have completed a cryptocurrency transaction in LATAM. So this is an article that covers what's going on in the Latin American market as Mastercard is allowing cryptocurrency purchases using their cards. So a report issued recently by Mastercard has revealed that the LATAM is fertile ground when it comes to adopting new payment systems. The report, titled New Payment Index 2022, found that 51% of consumers in the area had already made a purchase using cryptocurrency. This is because of the economic situation and roadblocks that some consumers face when trying to move funds using traditional methods. You're literally seeing the reason for cryptocurrency playing out in Latin America right now. The study also found that consumers from LATAM are optimistic about the use of cryptocurrency as an investment vehicle, with 54% of respondents having this opinion. In the same way, 2/3 of the survey desire have had more flexibility using crypto and traditional digital methods to make payments. According to the report, 82% would like to have cryptocurrency-related functions available from their current banks. So it's a big sort of story developing. Latin American community has been experimenting with Mastercard, trying to use it as a payment method in cryptocurrency, and it apparently, or at least according to this article written by Sergio Goshenko, which, by the way, I've had my problems with his news articles. I think he's very biased. He does cover South America and Latin American cryptocurrency, and I do think that he's a little bit biased. So this could just be kind of a fluff piece to make it sound good. So I don't know I don't know if it's really, but the numbers bear out. 86% of these consumers have already used an alternative payment method during the last winter. This is very different compared to other countries, like in the U.S., where 77% prefer to use traditional payment methods. So, we're seeing some positivity coming out of this. So, maybe we're going to start to see some sort of level of engagement coming from Mastercard very quickly. That's going to be a very good thing. What's up, Seiko Hunt? What's going on, Sub-Zero? All right, over here, Bitcoin, Ethereum futures rack up nearly 200 million in liquidations on short squeeze. Price volatility arose as signs of looming recessions were renewed among investors, one analyst said. On Thursday, Bitcoin dipped under 20,000 amid a broader fall in the Eurasian markets, recovered over that level, and then fell as low as 18,650 in the U.S. evening hours, which we saw. A short squeeze then saw Bitcoin touch over 20,900 in early Asian hours on Friday, which was then followed by a drop to 19,400 at writing time as traders took profit. So, liquidation refers to when an exchange forcefully closes a trader's leverage positions due to a partial or total loss of the trader's initial margin. It happens when a trader is unable to meet the margin requirement for a leveraged position. Thursday's downward move caused over 76 million in longs or bets on higher prices to get liquidations. This likely caused the short squeeze early on Friday. Similar trading on Ether futures saw the asset add more than $100 within hours as it jumped from a low of $9.66 to $11.15. Liquidations on Ether futures crossed over $100 million alone in the past 24 hours. Futures tracking other major cryptocurrencies such as Solana, Avalanche saw just over $5 million in liquidations each, implying their price action was mostly spot driven. So, as you can see here, that's what we got. We got a short squeeze yesterday, and that caused the price pump, and now we're back to where we were. VanEck refiles Bitcoin ETF application, making a strong case this time. Investment manager VanEck has refiled its application for a physically backed Bitcoin ETF with the Security and Exchange Commission. It submitted its papers on 24 June, bringing to light its eagerness to get an approval. And its last application was notably rejected on 12 November last year. The regulatory body had stated that VanEck was unable to meet standards to protect investors and the public interest. The SEC also asserted that the company failed to show how it would prevent fraudulent and manipulative acts and practices. Now, guys, if you follow me for any length of time, you know we've covered this and we've had the same discussion. So VanEck has now done a refiling. And in this time, reapplication, VanEck has made strong assertions as to why the regulatory agency should approve its Bitcoin ETF. It argued that U.S. funds continue to get exposed to Bitcoin, even though the nation doesn't have its own approved fund. It contended that if a native fund is approved, investors needn't look overseas and rely on either flawed products or products listed and primarily regulated in other countries. The investment manager also stated that approving a spot Bitcoin ETF would be a rational step for the SEC because it already greenlit its Bitcoin futures fund. Notably, the futures ETF started trading in CBOE in mid-November of last year. Remember, Grayscale's doing the same thing. And what they're doing is they're allowing futures trading, which means that you can do longs and shorts, but you can't actually trade Bitcoin. So it's insanity. After issuing the Bitcoin futures approval, which conclude the CME Bitcoin futures market is a regulated market, the only consistent outcome would be approving spot Bitcoin ETPs on basis of the Bitcoin futures market. It's also a regulated market of significant size as it relates to the Bitcoin spot market. Here it is worth recalling that the SEC recently rejected Grayscale's application to convert its flagship Bitcoin fund, which is a futures fund, GBDC, into an ETF. Challenging that said decision, the company filed a lawsuit against the regulatory body. Grayscale sues SEC over Bitcoin ETF conversion rejection. Grayscale has claimed that the SEC giving approval to futures project, but not spot ones, was arbitrary and capricious. Per the company, the bias is essentially a violation of the Administrative Procedure Act. Now, people from the community have started speculating that VanEck is having its base covered just in case Grayscale wins the legal tussle. So what they're saying, VanEck wants to do this thing, and they're going to follow this lawsuit. They're going to follow this lawsuit very closely to see how this thing plays out. Like, how is this thing going to work itself out? Because they want to be in that list too. Because, you know, if the and by the way, we've got a year and a half on Grayscale, because you can bet your bottom dollar that Goldman Gary is going to be kicking this can down the road as far as he can, so that they don't have to make a decision, so that they don't have to really argue this thing in court, hoping for some kind of settlement later on where they just give in to Grayscale. But they're going to make Grayscale work for it and earn it. On its part, VanEck is venturing into other areas. It's launching a Space Innovators ETF in Europe. The same would put it in direct competition with YOTA, the Procure Space Fund. So, despite getting approvals from foreign regulators, VanEck has not been able to convince the SEC to be on the same page. Only time will be able to tell if the current refiling would change that narrative. So now it looks like there's going to be a lot of fighting right now for this future, to get out of this futures market, or to at least enhance this futures market with spot trading. And it's very difficult for the SEC to justify how opposed it is, because it's telling you that it doesn't mind you getting wrecked on a short. It doesn't mind you getting wrecked on a long. What it minds is you actually trading cryptocurrency. That's just nonsense. That's insanity at its finest. It has no positive. Look, that's crazy. That's absolutely out of control. So I don't think that this thing holds up in the long term, or at least, this probably holds up in courts with older judges who are in the bag of, say, Morgan Sachs or J.P. Morgan Chase or something like that. If they're already in the bag, then they're going to be in the bag for the entirety of it. So you don't know how this thing plays out, but there's really no justification at this point. There really is not justification at this point of holding back any spot trading. So now let's follow up on Ethereum while we're at it, and let's look at because we're going to talk about the Solana phone. How are Ethereum killers faring during the crypto winter? Let's find out. Analysts predicted Ethereum could be in danger after a series of cryptos emerged in the market, challenging its position. The cryptos gained the name Ethereum killers in line with the phrase Dogecoin killers. The new cryptos convinced investors that Ethereum competitors could deliver the desired profits in the long run. The top three cryptos that unanimously gained the title Ethereum killers were Solana, Polkadot, and Kadena. While Ethereum is now hovering over the $1,000 mark and plummeted 79% from its all-time high, its competitors Solana, Polkadot, and Kadena are underwater too. Solana was the talk of the town after reaching an all-time high of $259 in November of last year. It was among the most sought-after cryptos in 2021 as it delivered good profits in a short time. It spiked a staggering 20,422% since its all-time low of 5 cents in May of 2020. Its humongous growth from 5 cents or 50 cents to $259 happened in just 18 months. Early investors sat on sack profits, telling other stories about how they made it in the cryptosphere. Fast forward to today, Solana is battered in the indices and shed a large portion of the profits it generated last year. From an all-time high of $259.80 months ago, it is now trading at $31. Once considered the Ethereum killer, Solana is down 87.7% from its all-time high. Solana could not overtake Ethereum in any way, and the crypto winter could diminish its prospects of it challenging Ethereum. Polkadot had its own interoperability, boasting of an infrastructure connecting several blockchains into one network. The blockchains are enabled and exchange data from one network to the other without compromising safety and security measures. Though Polkadot bridged the gap and provided solutions to Ethereum's shortcomings, DOT can still not challenge Ethereum. Polkadot is declining in the indices and has reached $6 from its all-time high of $55. The development shows that the Ethereum killer cannot live up to its name and beat its rival in terms of price and year-on-year profit. By the way, this sounds like an ETH fanboy taking shots, like this article, Vinod D'Souza. God damn it! Sounds like an ETH fanboy taking shots at other cryptos, even though obviously Ethereum is way down, and because these are smaller caps, they're going to be down even more. It's just that's the way that it works, right? Kadena was called an underdog, working its way up the crypto market that could challenge Ethereum in the long run. The Layer 2 blockchain, which runs on Kuro, supports 8,000 transactions per second, and KDE is faster than its rival Ethereum, which runs less than 20 TPS, and Solana, which runs 2,000 TPS. Kadena stood out as a challenger for Ethereum, and investors poured in the money, making it jump to $27. KDE trading in October last year was $5, reached an all-time high of $27 in November. Its run was phenomenal, and KDE was touted as the next big thing in the market. However, even Kadena failed to live up to its name as the ETH killer and is now trading at $1.51. It's down 94.5% from its all-time high and is struggling to claw back to its previous glory. The crypto winter is harsh, and top coins are down to their knees. So that's what's going on. So, and to be fair, like, these are like, look, if you can buy Kadena at $1.51 right now, knowing that it's probably in the next bull run going to hit $27 or way more, because most of these, you know, if you got a project that's going to stick around and it looks like they're going to stick around, if that's the case, then you should owe it to yourself to at least pick up a little bit of Polkadot, a little bit of Solana, and a little bit of Kadena, because they're all going to make moves. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, look, this high is 259. It's going to go even higher than that in the next bull run, because the next bull run is going to probably be 3.5 trillion market cap, or even a 4 trillion market cap, because the last one ended up at 3. So Polkadot, same thing. This is from $6 to 55, so you can get a 10 or 15x off of it. I went into I got some Litecoin the other day, and Kadena at $1.51, down from, what was it again, $55 or $27? No, $27. So it's down to $1.51 off of $27. That's about a 20x. So I mean, these numbers are crazy. So you owe it to yourself to get yourself just a little bit of it. Seiko Hunt is DCAing top 20 on bull market. Most will 3 to 5. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, most of that, if you catch the bottom of this, then you look like a superstar. And if $1.51 is the bottom, now of course in this market, we're probably not looking at bottoms. Those bottoms are probably going to come a little bit later on, after July 13th, or maybe after July 28th, depending on the news that we get. So we're probably going to have more bottom to it. But anytime you can get in, like right around now, is a good time. So you always want to find that super bottom area, but you're really just kind of testing it, and you're just kind of figuring it out. Throw a little money at it, see what happens, and then just kind of hold on and wait for the ride and see what happens. But there's a lot of money that's going to be made off of these. I mean, these things are kind of gems at the end. So are you bullish on DEX tokens like Uni and Cake? I do. I matter of fact, I do think that I use Uniswap all of the time, and earning Cake on Pancake Swap is actually a good, like, I think the way that they did Pancake Swap, if you want to stake or do anything, you have to use Cake. Like, I think those are great ideas. I think the reason that they're not pumping right now is because of the market, and that's the only reason. But over the long term, I'm absolutely bullish on anything like those. What's going on, Cryptotonic? All right, so now we move on to, this is what's happened to every blockchain phone so far. So, and when you look at these, you're going to laugh just a little bit, okay? The first one up was Siren Labs Finny phone. And as you're looking at it right now, you're probably just like, Jesus Christ, what is wrong with this thing? It looks broken. Like, there's something wrong with this phone. Like, it looks like it pulls out some of this stuff, maybe for the camera or something like that. Like, among the first companies to announce a purpose-made blockchain phone was Switzerland-based Siren Labs with the Finny phone. It doesn't say anything about why it looks so stupid, but, you know, stupid phone. Pundi X's X phone, which looks like that's just a big blocky sort of yuck. So I don't think I like that one either, but it says the X phone was a smartphone planned by Pundi X, a crypto payments firm based in Singapore. Among the products that Pundi X has delivered is XPOS, a device the company on its LinkedIn page says is the world's first point-of-sale solution that enables merchants and consumers to conduct in-store transaction instantly on the blockchain. The company's smartphone, however, appears to be a dead project with little information since 2018. So, Now, the HTC Exodus, on the other hand, the smartphone maker HTC announced its venture into crypto with its Exodus phone. This reportedly could double as a crypto hardware wallet. The phone was also reported to come with a separate micro operating system running parallel with Android, made by SoftBank's ARM Holding to keep customers crypto safe. In 2020, the company took the project one step further by enabling Monero mining on the phone through a partnership with the ASIC chip design company Midas Labs. The Exodus phone is among the crypto phones that have made it, and the phone remains for sale to this day via a dedicated website. So you can actually go, if you want to, right here and buy the Exodus 1. It looks like it's now sponsored by Binance. And yeah, this is actually kind of kick-ass that you can get a phone. It's got a sponsor. Look, the browsers include Maker, Decentraland, Compound, Kyber Network, Uniswap. There's a lot to like if you were looking for an actual crypto phone. No shit. All right, so then we have the LG's blockchain phone. The major electronics company LG was also among the companies that in the wake of the 2017 bull market wanted to secure its share of the growing blockchain industry with a dedicated smartphone. In 2019, the company confirmed early rumors it was working on a blockchain-powered phone, saying that such a phone was indeed under consideration. 2021, however, the company has long had struggles with its smartphone sales. It would leave the smartphone industry entirely due to its diminished market share and losses of around $4.1 billion. LG has not published any information about the fate of a smartphone or anything since, so it looks like that one is dead. And thank you for the $2 bomb, Cryptotonic. I appreciate you, man. Huobi affected acute angle phone. By the way, this is the only phone that I'm looking at right now that I'm like, ooh, that looks like a good phone. Another company that announced a blockchain phone in 2019 was the exchange Huobi in partnership with Whole Networks. There's been no information published by Huobi of its partners Whole Network on the status of the phone since 2019. Today, the Whole Network's website is no longer accessible. The company's Twitter account has not shared anything since 2019, while the latest post on its Weibo account is from 2020, so that looks dead too. And then you have the Samsung Clayton phone. Last on the list is from South Korean electronic giant Samsung. After initial reports about the Clayton phone from 2019, the only real difference between the Clayton phone and a regular Galaxy Note 10 is that the former comes with a crypto wallet and certain blockchain apps installed. In addition, 2,000 Clay tokens are given to all phone customers. Per the phone's dedicated what is Clay worth? Let's go find out real quick. Now they got me curious. Number 68 in the market. So they're going to give you $400. Guys, $2,000. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, where did this thing go? Okay, so they're going to give you 2,000 Clay tokens to all phone customers. They're going to give you $460 to buy this Clayton phone. And here's the website on the Clayton phone. Well, the fact that it's not loading very well is not a good sign. Could just be my internet. All right, so the Clayton phone is basically just a Galaxy Note. The Clayton phone X Casino, the blockchain variant of Samsung Electronics' latest flagship smartphone series, the Galaxy Note 10, is designed specifically for iGaming. Clayton Baps, blockchain apps is what they're calling this. You can experience a variety of blockchain-powered services, including lifestyle shopping, finance, entertainment, games, etc. It currently comes with 5 preloaded Clayton Baps, including Antubo, Fits Me, Foodiest, Picture Network, Woman's Talk, and more to come. All right, so it looks like a pretty good. I mean, it's a Galaxy Note 10. It's not the 20, but I mean, close enough, right? But now that brings us to the Solana Labs. They're building a Web3 mobile phone. The backers of the Solana blockchain said the device will cost around $1,000 and be available for delivery in early 2023. And that seems like the right price. That seems like a reasonable thing, right? So let's get a look at the phone. So it's an Android phone called Saga. I know we want to see functionality, but I really just want to see what it looks like. Go away, people. There we go. So, all right, so we've got, so it looks like Solana is going to give us our own phone. It cost about $1,000. I mean, that's not a lot for a phone to begin with, but for a blockchain-based phone, they've pledged $10 million towards spurring the development of mobile apps on its SMS. If it's Android-based, though, it seems like a pretty decent. I don't know. We're gonna be talking about this as the months become days. So, or as the days become months, I should say, I guess. All right, so let's take a look over here and let's see. We're supposed to be down on the day for the starters. We're down 28.9 points on the chart. That 104 is down to 67. So it looks like the overnights were not as representative of the final prices as we would have thought. Now, that sell signal has not become a buy because we still got 28 minutes left on this candle. And that one's still looking like a bigger green one. But it'd be nice to see like just a little bit of pump. Like if we could use this to springboard up just a little bit more. Remember, I'm trying to get my money back without taking a loss. And that's up here, 18,317 at 12.21. So I'm certainly hoping that we get some kind of pump going on, especially for the weekend. To go from... if Bitcoin were to go from 20,000 to 30,000, that's a 50% increase, which means that if Ethereum did a 50% increase as well, that would take it to 1,500. But remember, it usually does double, so in increases. So that would put it in close to 2,000. So if we could get a good run, just a nice run on Ethereum, that'll be spectacular. Doesn't feel like there's a lot of support, though. It really doesn't feel like there's a lot of support. But let's put a pin in this, and let's go on to what we got going on in our neck of the woods. Volt is at 76.24, up 8.3% on the day. And this is the big news for Volt right now. Oh, by the way, this is incredible. This is incredible right here. Volting in the bear market like Darth Vader slicing kebabs, which now makes me want a gyro. Oh my God, I'm so, like, as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh my God, man, it is, now I'm hungry, and gyros for lunch. Wouldn't that be the shit? Where did it go? Ooh, look at that handsome man. Now I'm not seeing it. Son of a bitch. There we go. This came just a little while ago. It started posting. This is on FTX. So if you're looking for stuff and you're, oh, he didn't even tag me in it. Ugh. But Volt Inu, it says down here, Volt is not on FTX signal just yet. As soon as they join, their signals will appear here. So I assume that means, and this was not posted before, so I assume that means in some fashion or other that Volt is about to be listed in some way, not on FTX for trading, but at least a signal, which I think is the start of getting listed. That there's a process involved, I would assume. So, yeah, normally the weekends are pretty red. But anyway, like, this is kind of an exciting sort of thing here. if FTX picks up Volt, that would be a gigantic move. What's up, Jay Smooth, Eric C, Jonathan Fulp? What's going on? So that's kind of a big thing for. And by the way, guys, Volt is trading in. You have to go look at the number here. But if you go to CoinMarketCap and just kind of, oh shit, there we go. Then you go look at the markets. You can see the volume here. That's 3.3. That's 4.1. That's 4.8. That's $5 million a day. That's 5.2 million, 5.3 million, 5.4 million. Volt's trading about $5.5 million per day. So that's a significant amount of trading that's going on for the Volt product. Like that's big. And look at this one. Volt is trading 2.4 million is trading over here on Who, and it's down to 5 zeros 1694, which is outside of the realm of what some of these other ones are doing, which are some are in the high 8s, some are in the 6s. It seems like a significant number. There's a significant pump going on Who. But that's $5 million a day. That's the type of volume that would get you through approval to some of these bigger exchanges, because they want to see the volume. Like, that's what they want to see. They want to see big time trading. So what's not to like about that? And pretty soon Volta Change is going to be here. The finishing touches are being put on it. Wondering what July has in store? The VDSC is coming. No, this is Andy Leon. He was doing like, what's the most popular? Hey, thank you for the $20 bomb, Uriel. Appreciate you, man. Why would anyone kill when everyone can vote with and for you? Yo. This looks like some crazy shit I would do. Maybe I'm a sheik. Maybe I'm secretly a sheik. What do you guys think? Hey, what's up, Jason? Look, we're in a bull market. They're doing $5 million a day. And even though this price action is not the greatest, you can see that every chance it gets, it starts pumping again. Like, this thing wants to run, and these people want to move it. So, you know, at some point, all of that work, all of that effort, everything there just pays off, man. Like, Volt is going to volt. Volt's going to vault, I guess. Up, and there's Space Chick doing her thing. Here is, by the way, if you're interested, you can go to Jake's YouTube channel and check out. He's been doing some training with Gilbert Burns and Ian Heinisch, and they were doing this down in Boca a few weeks back, and they recorded it so that you could see some of the UFC training that's going in right now, and they're wearing their Volt gear, so it was a pretty cool thing overall. So it would definitely be a cool thing if everybody went and checked that video out over here. Oh wait, this is Newport, California.
Go to LA. We can stay in Orange County.
Last year we got a boat.
We did get a boat. That was pretty epic. Play that clip.
All right, that's them partying in San Francisco Bay. So if you want to go check it out, I mean, these guys did have a great time and did do some serious training. And there's a lot more than just them doing their putting in work. So go check them out. It's a 9.5 minute long video. Definitely going to be worth a watch. So check that out. Crypto Gems over here with 337,000 followers. Volt will be a top gainer in 2022. Volt it all the way. And Crypto Gainer has in his bio, you know, listen, it's it should be noted that we're talking Bitcoin, Ethereum, BSC, Crow, Solana, AVAX. So, that's not small company when you're looking for different, when you're looking to be compared to other cryptos. That's a pretty good sign. So let's move down here. Gilbert is still vaulting it. Here's the big cat over in, I think he's in Dubai right now. Yeah, he's in here going crazy, getting ready for his fight. And he's got a fight coming up very soon. And remember, this is UFC, it's like a side. It's called the UAE Warriors, and it's a UFC sponsored or sanctioned thing. All right, there we go. So Voltino is going to be representing everything, everywhere, all over the place. The DeFi Pope, it says here, found a gem looking for the new SHIB, instantly landed on my watch list, hyper bullish, super deflationary. I'm not sure what this thing is right here, but volume increase of 441%. So, and by the way, there is always a Ladies of the Vault Army in case any ladies want to go check something out and have a conversation and just talk about how you feel about what's going on in the Vault communities. Especially go talk to somebody like Space Chick. I'm sure she'd be interested in that kind of stuff. But listen, there's a lot of dead tokens out there, and Volt is not one of them. Volt is one of the tokens that continues to push out constantly new stuff. And, a lot of things, full disclosure, have been put on the back burner by every exchange. Volt should have been listed on a few things just recently, but this downturn in the market has not been good for the exchanges. So a lot of things that you were hoping for, that we were all hoping for, have been put on pause, and there's nothing that we can do about it. And I'm not speaking because I know something specific about any exchange for Volt, but I am speaking because I know specifically about exchanges for some other tokens that are tier ones that I know are going to be listed, or at least were scheduled to be listed, and are no longer listed during the time that they thought, and they were told by the exchange that it's going to take a little bit longer. They didn't want to waste a launch on a low market and not see the spike that they wanted to see off of it. So that's what some of these exchanges are doing right now. And if you go look at some of these exchanges, you're going to see a very big slowdown in the number of new listings that they're putting out. So Shift 2437, up 5% on the day. Not a significant. There's nothing significant going to come until we get the release and the launch of the new product, which, by the way, I am being told is coming. It's just still in beta testing. Matter of fact, if you want to, you can go to their Telegram and you can sign up for yourself and start, and you can download it and try it out on either the App Store or the Google Play Store. Terra 1672, not showing the strength that I thought that it would show. I thought maybe it would stay around the 17s, 1800s, so it's close enough to say that it's doing okay, but we really wanted to see just a little bit more. And then we've got, 3 days now. In 3 days now, on July the 4th, TerraPool launches. The problem with... apparently, holy shit! Here we go. And yeah, Maddie B. TerraPool launches on Monday. But did you see the Rodney video on ApeCoin? It's apparently a whole Nazi coin. It's crazy. All right, well, I'm gonna go check it out in just a little while, but that's kind of nuts. So yeah, the problem, and I'm going to be perfectly frank with you guys. Let's consider TerraPool for what it is. TerraPool is a launching pad for new cryptos to get off the ground, and it's also a lending platform for new cryptos to borrow from stakeholders to fund their new projects. So it seems like a pretty good it seems like a pretty good idea, right? But who's going to launch a token in this market? You know what I mean? Like there's not a whole lot of new tokens that are launching right now. That number has diminished, so it's going to take a little bit of time to see it like fully play out. That's, I mean, like I think that this is a great launch and it's a great product, but I don't think it's going to have the pump that we were hoping for because of the market conditions. Like right here, we had that move from 1,051 all the way up because it was getting there, and we were almost ready to break into the twos. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it was starting to move and it was starting to feel good, and then the market just kind of went sour again as we were getting that little pump on, and then when we get to this point, it's still going to trade sideways because these are some pretty solid people, and we have a pretty good price floor. That price floor down here, once it bounced off of it, you can see how much it shot up. Not for nothing, but it would be cool if we could test that price floor again, because that seems to be a spring that makes a big deal. So it would not be the worst thing to see a bounce back down to 1,000 that ends up at 2,000. But I mean, really, there's just a lot of, I mean, guys, this market is brutal right now. Although Ethereum is starting to pump, I can see it up here. Looks like we're getting something going on. Let's see what we got here. We got a big green candle playing its way out on Bitcoin right now, which leads to a big green candle over on Ethereum playing itself out right now. 1071 seems like it was the top up here. So, maybe we're getting a little pump from the American market. Maybe we'll see some positivity out of the day. Who knows? But anyway, so this is a great thing. It's just, probably going to be like one of those, We'll see what happens, I guess. Btfa. Listen, Btfa, by the way, just so everybody understands, when we talked about a month ago, I was telling you that, Btfa was the sleeping gem, and it's going to have the launch of, it's sold all 10,000 NFTs in less than 2, like that's insane. It sold all 10,000 of its NFTs in less than 2 weeks. And then Bandex, I said, and I keep saying it, I said it's the sleeping gem. And you saw, by the way, that it ran all the way up here to 3,200. When we started talking about it, we were talking about, this thing was going to have a run, right? So, and it seems like forever ago, but it was just less than a month ago. It ran up to 3,284 on the anticipation that some really cool shit was happening. And then guess what? The market just tumbled. And because some of these hoes are just paper-handed, and they just start selling because they're weak. You know what I mean? Like some of these chads, look, here's the deal. Every once in a while you get a nice big pump on this, and then sometimes there's a chad out there that says, oh no, I have to wash my vajayjay. I need to go buy vinegar. And then the next thing you know, they have to sell so that they can get a little bit of money back so that they can go do that, and that's basically what happens. But you can see here that it continues pumping to give you to give some good upside moves. But it can't sustain itself until we get like something coming on it. And there is something coming, but again, everything has been delayed. So, we're just kind of twiddling thumbs, basically, being nervous, waiting for that moment for something to happen. Hex is up 4% on the day, basically trading sideways. Still a great opportunity to get in, like 3.6 cents right now. I mean, that's a really good deal. And then you have Wagme Games, and guys, let me... I don't even know. This right here should be a testament to how bad the market is right now. This market is eating up stuff like WagMe Games. And WagMe Games is partnering with GameStop. They're partnering with Immutable. Johnny Hustle is now part of their partnership. Like, it's kind of nuts how much stuff these guys have going on, how the open beta is coming very soon. Look at this pattern. You're getting the reversed flag forming, which you're starting to see a reverse pennant playing out, and there's no downside to it. So you're getting this tightening little channel, and it's going to have a breakout, and when it has a breakout, it's probably going to break to the upside because the open beta is about to release. So when we get to the open beta, like, I think this thing is going to start shooting up. I don't know how much leg room it has at this point right now in this market. But if it can 3x from where it is, where's it at right now? 29.57. So if it can 3x where it is right now, it's going to be, right up here. It would put itself in the 9s, maybe drop a 0 range. But remember, it dropped a 0 and then way more not that long ago. So I think my WagMe bag, what's my WagMe at right now? All right, so hold on. My WagMe bag right now is $1,354. So my WagMe is $1,354, but at the all-time high, I guess I can't tell the all-time high. I gotta go. All right, so WagMe Games is the one, but this is the original WagMe over here. This is the original. Was 4 zeros 28.23. All right, so 4 zeros 28.23. So let's go back to the original, to the new WagMe. All right, so 4 zeros 28.23, and I'm holding $4.45. So I'm holding 457 million WagMe tokens. So let's calculator. So, are you fucking kidding me? I can't cut and paste. Are you shitting me? Oh my god, this goddamn 457,900,000 tokens times 0.1234, 28.23. So it was worth 13,000 at one point. It's worth 1,300 right now. So, ta-da. Yeah, I'm down 10x from that all-time high myself. So, but if it gets back to a good place, and if it 10x's from where it is right now, it's still only going to have a $60 million market cap. So, it's not like we're even talking something's going to be far away. It'll do this, and then it'll do 10 more. You know what I mean? Like, this is one of those games that's, and I've got 3 Genesis NFTs. So, like, I am absolutely stoked with the fact that once this thing opens up for public beta, I'm going to be getting, am I able to say, like, mad shit, yo? Like, I'll be able to get mad shit, yo. So, yeah. But it seems like it seems like a really good deal to be invested in WagMe right now because that open beta is coming. And then I think like somebody like Johnny Hustle, which is, I mean, Crypto Banter is all about the metaverse. So they're not about Bitcoin, they're not about Ethereum, they're about the metaverse. So like that would be kind of a cool thing to have that guy representing you and behind your back. Then you have a partnership, which is not announced yet, but there's a partnership with Twitch. You have to, there's shit going on. The NFT price floor, by the way, is up to 1 Ethereum. I think it was 1.2 Ethereum a couple days ago. So the price floor is way up. Everything positive that you could want out of WAGMI Games is happening. The game is rapidly developed into something that looks really, really good. So, like, at some point, this thing just goes crazy. Remember Steppen a couple months ago? Remember Steppen was trading at like 20 million market cap, 30 million market cap, whatever it was, and then all of a sudden, whoosh, it's like $2.4 billion market cap. I don't think the game. Look, I don't think WAGMI Games is a $2.4 billion market cap property yet. Maybe it will be one day, but I do think it's a $200 million market cap game. I mean, you go look at Axie Infinity, you go look at some of these other games, and they are dog shit compared to WAGMI Games. Like, WAGMI Defense is a pretty good game. So, 10x from here. So to get to 200 million market cap would be about a 30x from this moment. So that would be, if you have, like me, 1354, then that's worth 40 grand to get to 200 million market cap. So, like, that's a pretty good. Yes, then me and Scott can get our nails done together. Well, toes, what's going on with GOAT? I don't know what's going on with GOAT, to be fair. Like, so I know that the guys were in Atlanta and they met with GOAT Group. I don't know what's happening with it. Like, the GOAT Group doesn't want to do anything until the market corrects itself a little bit. So that's what I'm told. But I do know that they did go to Atlanta to meet with these guys. So I know that they've got stuff going on. So, I don't know where they are in this process other than in wait mode. But I think everybody's in wait mode. You know what I'm saying? Like I think everybody's just kind of, there's first of all, I don't want to say anything bad about some tokens, but there's some tokens where you just, doesn't matter what you do. Like, what matters right now, I think, is probably centralized exchanges. I'm not sure that what WAGMI does right now is going to translate into a massive move. I don't think so. It's going to be a good move, but again, like, not massive. Because, look, to get to 2 billion market cap, that would be 300x from where it is. And I'm just talking about 30x to get to 200 million. So, I don't think that a lot of these tokens have that kind of move in them in this market, because it takes so many different sentiments going the right way. And let's face it, every single token that we're talking about right here, bar none, I want everybody to pay attention here. Everything that I'm looking at, everything that you can see on my screen, Volt is going to do 10x in a good market. Now, you might be insulted to be a member of Volt right now to say, well, it's only going to do 10x. I'm not saying it's only going to do 10x. It's a minimum of 10x from here in a good market. Terra, it's a minimum of 10x in a good market. Hex, it's a minimum of 10x in a good market. All of these tokens are going to do a minimum of 10x in a good market. So, just based on the fact that they exist, they're going to do 10x. And as long as they're being supported in some way, there's going to get some steam behind them. If we got, if this market took off right now, and we started running on Bitcoin, and we were in the 45, 50,000 range on Bitcoin in a month or 2 months, probably take 2 months. But if we were in that range, then, not a whole lot would be happening over here, but it would still be pairing up with Ethereum, which would drag along. So, if Ethereum started reaching its all-time high and it went up 200%, then you would see an immediate doubling of every single one of these market caps. So, your GOAT, and you're like, I'm wrecked, I only have $1,000 out of 10,000, suddenly you'd have 2,000. It would feel a whole lot better. You know what I mean? Like, you would see these things pumping. Your Volt bag's worth 10,000 right now, to be worth 20,000. So that's all. It's just the market. So this market is going to start pumping as soon as there's some pump available. You're going to start seeing some crazy pumps happening in this market, but we're not there yet. So that being said, there's not a whole lot that you can do. And the weird thing is and my time just hit. The weird thing is, like, you're gonna keep putting in the work. You're gonna keep doing stuff. But I mean, guys, just hold on to your hats is all I can say, because shortly we're gonna see this market start to change. We're gonna see some more dump. We're not done. We're not going up, by the way. We're not. If we do go up, it's gonna be one of those artificial sort of pump moments. We're not gonna see the market start flying in July. You're gonna start. You might see a pump. You probably won't see a sustained pump unless we get incredibly good news that we don't expect from July 13th. We won't. And unless we see incredibly good news about the economy and the GDP on the 28th, we won't. Then we're going to dump some more. So, we'll see how this plays out. But, all of these tokens, they're all going to 10x in a good market. So it's just a matter of time, and as long as they're continuing to be supported. So if you got your money in there, I rest assured your money's safe. If your money's in Robo Inu, if your money is in that old Shiba game, that Shiba game, by the way, is doing a second game. So you're going to see a new one coming out pretty soon. But I mean, like, all these different things, you're going to see them. Some of these things are just going to take off and start flying as soon as the market allows it. So I guess that's all we got now. It's not financial advice. My name's Bleaves. I am always right, and I will see you guys for Bedtime with Bleaves tonight at 8 p.m. Central Time. Don't miss it.